Supposed to be a Proverbs 31 woman, oh, that's what you said. That man misleading if he ain't spirit-led. How is him that you feeding? He's supposed to be the head.
Hey y'all, it's Perkyy, and in today's video, well, first and foremost, y'all probably gonna hear Chi in the background, y'all gonna hear Minnie. It's one of them days, I'm gonna lie to you. But I'm gonna keep going and we're gonna keep grinding. But in this video, we have 5 reactions of innocent convicts set free. This video popped up on my recommendation because this is something I would have never Googled, never YouTube, never searched up. So the fact that it's on my timeline and on my recommendations is a sign. Y'all know anything that's on the recommendations pops and blows. But we're gonna go ahead and get into this video. I do want to say it's low-key, not even low-key, it's high-key horrible that there's people that are innocent that they're set free. I mean, it's a beautiful thing that you guys are set free, but it's a horrible thing that you guys had to go through what you guys had to go through just to be finally let out and released when y'all didn't do it in the beginning. So y'all basically took on somebody else's sin. Dang, I ain't trying to get into that. Y'all get what I'm saying, right? Because low-key, that's your hoosha. That's why I ain't trying to get into all that. But we're going to go ahead and get into this video. But before I click this play button, I just want to say that if it's your first time seeing me on your screen or you're a returning subscriber, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel because there's nothing but lit content like this on a consistent basis, my baby. Now let's go ahead and get into this video. Again, 5 reactions of innocent convicts set free.
It started in 2004 when the Honduran immigrant was accused of killing 2 women. A man who was sentenced to die literally was on death row.
So it's the case of this guy named Clemente Aguirre. And if I tell you this story, you'll say you got to be making the up. It can't be true.
14 years, 4 months, and 19 days. I've been incarcerated. 10 years, 3 months of them in death row.
On June 25th, 2004,
That's
in
a long
Altamonte,
time.
Florida, 24-year-old Clemente
innocent.
was indicted on charges of first-degree murder and burglary, a crime that he did not commit.
From the start, Aguirre Harkin said he found the women dead, that he tried to help, and that's how their blood got on his clothes and his footprints.
It was a gruesome crime that found his neighbors, 68-year-old Carol Barris and 47-year-old Cheryl Williams, stabbed to death.
Oh, that's so
However,
sad.
despite Clemente protesting his innocence, police decided he was the only possible suspect and he was sentenced to death.
That's horrible.
In the 14 years on death row, Clemente never stopped trying to clear his name. And he wasn't wrong either. As it turns out, Samantha, Cheryl's daughter, prior to the murder, was diagnosed with intermittent explosive disorder.
Within inches of the mother's body and in a bathroom where the state argued the killer cleaned up is the daughter's blood, a trail of the daughter's blood going to the bathroom, and then the mother's blood on the outside of the daughter's window. And there's in the doctor's notes, a few years before this happened, where she says to her mother, "I'm gonna kill you if I ever get out of here. I'll kill all of you."
Well,
Then we find out that she has confessed all over town. We had people coming in all over the place, testifying, affidavits that she said, "I killed my mother and my grandmother, I'll do it to you."
With such irrefutable
bold with
evidence
it.
implicating Cheryl's daughter, the day finally arrived.
no, see, my question is, you was really about it, so how come you didn't say that after they died? Why did you wait all these years to finally say something? Why you just, if you was a real one and you was really about that life, you should have said it from the jump. Why you make this boy go through what he went through? That's horrible. You was not real for that. You was not G. You was not P either.
For
That's
Clemente.
horrible.
I do know that nobody believed me back then. No way.
They owe
My
him.
mother, nobody but
She owe him.
and I thank you for it. From the bottom of my heart.
He holds back tears and immediately heads towards friends and family to celebrate.
But today is a brighter day, a new day.
Beautiful mindset.
Got good hopes for the future.
Everything happens for a reason.
This is Devonte Sanford, who in 2007 was sentenced to 37 to 90 years in prison. A horrific quadruple murder that he did not commit. He was only 14 years old at the time. Devonte was walking outside his home in his pajamas when he was arrested just 3 blocks away from a vicious crime scene involving 4 people and an AK-47 assault rifle. Devonte was taken to the local police station where it turns out that the police coerced him into a false confession, with the use of leading questions and feeding him facts from the case. To make matters worse, his lawyer at the time didn't help by convincing him to enter a guilty plea. His current lawyer had this to say.
In the course of their targeting him, they literally fabricated evidence and committed perjury in order to ensure that this young man...
Dang, what happened to his eye? I'm
but
convinced.
Just 3 weeks later, there was another twist in this
It's
tale.
not messed up there.
And that twist came in the form of hitman Vincent Smothers. Smothers was arrested for 12 murders, 4 of which turned out to be the case that Sanford was convicted for.
He needs to
The
go.
lack of action from the justice courts got the attention of the Northwestern Center of Wrongfully Convicted Youths, who pushed to reopen the case, which led to Devonte's freedom in 2016.
It was a homecoming 9 years in the making.
That's horrible.
Interestingly enough, Devonte is thankful to one particular person for his freedom.
Who?
Smothers.
He protected me, not the cops. The cops took advantage of me. It's because of this man. You know, I'm able to walk and breathe and just, you know, be at peace.
As it turns out,
We gotta add y'all.
all that time,
It is okay to be so stressed and overwhelmed that you feel like you need to talk to someone about it.
Girl,
and by
bye.
that, I mean
I'm just
going to
playing.
spent
wanna leave the
wrongfully
video.
incarcerated may have taken its toll on Sanford, who found it hard acclimatizing back into regular society.
New and serious trouble for Devonte Sanford. The 25-year-old was convicted of murder here in Detroit, then exonerated and released from prison.
He was arrested for assault in 2018, and this time there was no hitman to take the heat. In
So he went
1991,
back?
Queens, New York, 19-year-old Gregory
went back-
Counts
did they say he
and
went back to jail,
21-year-old
basically?
Van Dyke Perry were sentenced to life in prison for a crime they did not commit.
Both of
The
them?
victim was held at knife point out front of her Queens home, thrown into a car, and driven to Central Park, where she was then raped multiple times. She claimed that the men responsible were Counts, Perry, and a third unknown man.
This
In
the story on
2017,
Netflix?
after having already served 11 years, the Innocence Project reinvestigated the Counts and Perry case using DNA that was retested. DNA cleared both Counts and Perry from the semen found on the victim.
Yes, it
It
is.
led to a man who was deceased.
Y'all know what I'm talking about, that
Right.
series on Netflix, or the show on Netflix
So
that
why
they
would
had.
the victim make up such a heinous story and send 2 innocent men to jail? The answer will get your blood boiling.
The complainant now admits that her boyfriend forced her to lie and falsely claim these men
Maybe
sexually
not.
assaulted her. Her boyfriend was trying to avoid having to pay a debt to these 2 men.
All that for a boyfriend avoiding debt. The things we
She went to do it
for
to this
money.
day? Probably not.
Let's have a look as both Counts and
That's
Perry sit in
horrible.
court, hearing the sweet sound of freedom echoing throughout. They do their best to hold back their
They
emotions.
didn't do nothing, and you blame because of your boyfriend that you probably not even with. And mind you, boyfriend, you're not even
Although they're
engaged.
free and reintegrating back into society now, it's clear that this horrible, unjust story will haunt both these men for the rest of their lives.
Is this now they see this? I think that's
the
that
reason
movie.
why, because it tormented my life and it's my past.
I don't even know what the movie called. Never mind. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
1993, New Jersey. 22-year-old Tito Mourinho was murdered in his video store.
That's
Another gruesome death by stabbing. Eric Kelly and Ralph Lee were both convicted of a crime they had no connection to. The whole story was put together by police using coercion and a sketchy eyewitness. They then used those statements against Lee, and that's how they nailed their conviction. It wasn't until once again the Innocence Project got involved in their case that Eric and Ralph felt a bit of hope.
And the state has just dug in their heels ever since. They refused to investigate this other person, refused to talk to him, didn't look into his history, and instead are just, blindly clinging to this conviction at all costs.
Lee was released after 11 years. However, it wasn't until 2018, after having spent 24 years in prison, that Kelly was finally given back his freedom, after new DNA evidence was presented to the judge in court.
24 years?
Therefore, in light of the foregoing reasons, and hope
You couldn't even hold it
Interestingly
in.
enough, we find Judge Joseph Portelli in full
Wow.
Karen mode.
This
thought the moment was a moment of justice. Okay? Not something to celebrate or not celebrate.
Not sure about you, but freedom after 24 years of wrongful incarceration seems like a pretty
Let
good
the roles have
reason
been
to
reversed.
celebrate.
That man would have been crying his eyes out.
Chloe and Lee didn't let this dampen their moods. Both were hungry, high in spirits, and thankful for everyone that had played a part in their release.
That was nice of those people to come
Mainly,
through.
I want to eat. I'm a little hungry. Be with my legal team. I want to thank them. I want to thank my family.
Yeah, the legal team.
First and foremost, it's been a long time. I just don't know. I'm just out of words right now. I'm just feeling good right now. That's all.
What would you want someone who didn't know anything about your case to know?
I'm an innocent man.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm an innocent man.
All's well that ends well. For now.
That's Chichi,
Right, in the
y'all.
case of People versus Juan Ignacio Catalan, is that your true name?
This is Juan Catalan, the man saved by sitcom. An alibi caught on camera, but not in the way you think. On May 13th, 2003, 16-year-old Martha Puebla, a witness in a case of a gang slaying, was shot and killed in front of her home in Sun Valley,
What the
California.
show? I'm about to say that was
It
giving
wasn't
Cali.
until 3 months later that the FBI arrested 24-year-old Juan Catalan during a raid in front of his family's machine shop. Juan was interrogated for hours. It seemed like they already had a huge amount of evidence against him. A witness sketch that looks like you. A witness that was supposed to take the stand against your brother gets murdered in cold blood. It doesn't look good. But Juan consistently pleads his innocence, telling officers that they're trying to pin this crime on the wrong person.
You guys are gonna take away my life for this bullshit. You killed somebody. Wait a minute. Those are very strong words right there. I did not kill nobody. I would never kill nobody. I would never do anything to hurt anybody. Convince us otherwise.
As things get
Convince us
sticky,
otherwise.
Juan remembered that he was at a Dodgers game with his daughter on that day. But a stadium full of tens of thousands of people, what are the chances that someone captured him there? And even more so, the chances that you'd be able to retrieve said footage.
Can't
well,
you
this is where this case becomes
look at who
wild.
purchased the tickets? No?
Juan remembered he was on TV, but not the Dodgers cam. It just so happened that Larry David, the creator of Seinfeld and star of the HBO show Curb Your Enthusiasm, was shooting an episode in the exact same aisle as Catalan and his daughter.
The episode was that I picked up a hooker in the carpool lane and took her to Dodger Stadium.
What are the chances? Juan's
Not
lawyer
her.
contacted HBO, got access to the footage of that episode, and ran the tapes. Hours of research brought no results, and he was running out of tape and felt like he wasn't going to get what he needed. And then, there it was, the once-in-a-lifetime chance of an alibi caught on tape.
And I pointed at the screen, and I said, that's him. Roll
I
it
want to
back."
see him. Oh,
This
wow.
footage, combined with a phone call made to his girlfriend at the exact time he was leaving the stadium, led to his case being thrown out.
Wow, that is deep. Oh, this story right here. Oh, that's
Both detectives were found guilty of coercion and falsifying their reports. As for Juan, what can you say? Talk about being in the right place at the right time.
Dang.
Getting the tickets on the day of to being caught on camera. But what are the chances that out of 58,000 seats, they're filming on my aisle?
Everything
I
happens
look
for
at
a
it like I
reason.
did win the lottery because I got a new opportunity
looks
at
the
life,
same, too.
with my family. I was so happy and grateful for that.
Man, that story, I think that was my favorite one. I'm not gonna lie to you because, like he said, what are the odds? That they had to go through hours worth of footage and they finally seen where he was. And again, out of all places, out of all times, out of all moments, you happen to catch him on. That is crazy. I see why they left that one for last. That's deep. I love this. Again, something I never would have looked up. I'm not into like the whole convict and death row and serial killer type of vibe, but this one was interesting. I know there's more. So you guys have to spam out the like button, spam out that comment section, and let me know if you guys want a part 2 or another video, or just send videos my way so I can react to them, y'all. Because I'm open, y'all. I'm trying to get consistent. I'm trying to upload multiple times a day. Trying to get back on the algorithm, y'all. So just let me know. But I think my main question and my main concern is, do these people get anything, like anything, once they're found innocent? Sorry, y'all. That's Chi-Chi in the background. I'll wait till she's done. Sorry, y'all. Like I was saying, do they get anything when they're found innocent? Like, these people have spent years, maybe decades in jail. So is it just like, oh, you're innocent, here you go. Here's the world. Or is it like, do they get something out of that? Because again, their life is gone because of this. They've spent most of their life in jail, and then you're let out. So is that like, I don't know. You guys gotta let me know. I don't know any of this stuff when it comes to like jail and crime. I don't know nothing, so y'all gotta put me on. But I love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Please go ahead and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you want to see next in the comment section down below. All my social media is in the description. It's also right here as well, just in case you missed it. On the road to 600K, y'all. On the road to 600K. I want to give a shout out to each and every single one of you guys. Like, literally from the bottom of my heart. Like, I love and appreciate you guys so much. And I want to give a double honors, double credit, double shout out to my Lord Yahuwah and my Adonai Yahushua HaMashiach for blessing me with everything as a whole. Not even just this. I'm talking about down to my breathing. So hallelujah for that. But y'all know me, because Chi-Chi in the back going crazy. Y'all have a blessed one, and I will see y'all in the next one.
You can't bring me down. I know who I belong to. Yeah. What? I won't sell my soul. I know my worth.